Have you ever noticed that a dog can walk past three people who are calling its name and still go straight to one specific person? Not always the loudest one, not always the one holding food. Sometimes the dog chooses the person who barely said anything, and that tiny moment tells you more about canine psychology than most people realize. Dogs do not choose a favorite human the way we choose a favorite movie or a favorite restaurant. Their choice is built slowly through emotional memory, repetition, safety, smell, tone of voice, body language, and the way someone makes their nervous system feel. Research on dog-human attachment shows that dogs can use their owners as a secure base, meaning a trusted person who helps them explore the world with more confidence. So when a dog starts choosing someone, it usually begins before anyone notices. It starts in small pauses. The person who does not force affection. The person who stays calm when the dog is uncertain. The person whose presence feels predictable. A dog may not think, "This is my favorite human," but its body starts saying it first. "I feel safer when you are near." Feeding a dog matters. Of course it does. Food builds association, routine, and trust. But here's the part that surprises people. The person who fills the bowl is not always the person the dog emotionally chooses. A dog may run to one person for dinner, then curl up beside someone else when the house goes quiet. That difference matters. Food can create excitement, but emotional safety creates attachment. A dog may love the person who gives treats, but rely on the person who regulates the room. The one who speaks gently during storms. The one who does not panic when something breaks. The one who notices when the dog is overstimulated and gives space instead of demanding affection. This is why some families get confused. One person says, "I do everything for this dog," while the dog keeps following someone else. It can feel personal, almost unfair. But dogs are not keeping score like humans. They are reading patterns. They are asking a deeper question. Who helps my body relax when the world feels too much? And before we go further, if you enjoy understanding the hidden emotional world of dogs, the small signals, the silent bonds, the things they feel before we even notice, subscribe to the channel. This is the kind of place where we look at animals not just as pets, but as emotional beings with memory, attachment, fear, trust, and love written into their behavior. Dogs remember more than commands. They remember emotional weather. The slammed door after a hard day. The soft voice after they made a mistake. The person who laughed when they were clumsy instead of yelling. These moments may seem small to us, but to a dog, they become a private map of who feels safe and who feels unpredictable. This is where the idea of emotional imprinting becomes powerful. A dog can connect a person with relief, play, calm, protection, or tension. And once that association repeats enough times, the dog starts anticipating how it will feel around that person. Dogs are also capable of responding to human emotional cues and using that information in social situations, which helps explain why they seem to know when someone feels angry, sad, nervous, or gentle. So the favorite human is not always chosen during big dramatic moments. Sometimes the bond is built on ordinary Tuesdays, sitting on the floor without rushing the dog, letting them sniff your hand instead of grabbing their face, being the calmest body in the room when everyone else is loud. That is the kind of memory a dog may carry deeper than a treat. Dogs are not reading your aura. They are reading your body, your shoulders, your breathing, your pace, your voice, your tension, the way you enter a room. A nervous dog may notice things most people miss: how fast you move, whether your hands come from above, whether your tone rises suddenly, whether your affection feels like comfort or pressure. To a dog, calm energy is not some mystical personality trait. It is information. A calm person is easier to predict. A predictable person is easier to trust. And trust is one of the strongest ingredients in favoritism. This is why a quiet person may become a dog's favorite, even if they are not the most playful person in the house. But calm does not mean cold. Dogs also bond through warmth, attention, and shared moments. The real magic is emotional steadiness. A dog does not need you to be perfect. It needs to know what version of you is coming through the door. Because when your mood changes without warning, the dog may love you but still hesitate to fully relax around you. A dog's favorite human is often the person who becomes part of the dog's internal clock. The footsteps at the same hour, the voice that says good morning the same way, the hand that reaches for the leash with the same rhythm. Routine may look boring to humans, but for dogs, routine can feel like emotional security. Voice matters too. Not just words, but melody. A dog may not understand every sentence, but it learns the emotional shape of your speech. Sharp, sudden tones can create caution. Warm, consistent tones can invite closeness. Even tiny reactions matter. How you respond when the dog barks, when it hesitates, when it approaches, when it makes a mistake. And here is the uncomfortable part. Your dog may know your patterns better than you do. It may know when you are about to leave before you touch the keys. It may know when you are irritated before you admit it. It may know which person in the house brings chaos and which person brings relief. So before asking, am I my dog's favorite? It may be worth asking, what does my presence teach my dog to expect? Before we go deeper, write in the comments who your dog follows the most in your house. And be honest, is it the person who feeds them, the person who plays with them, or the person they go to when they want peace? Your answer may reveal more about your dog's emotional world than you think. Some dogs have two different favorite people, and that is where humans get confused. There may be one person the dog runs to for games, excitement, treats, chasing, wrestling, and loud, happy moments. But when the dog is scared, tired, sick, overwhelmed, or uncertain, it may choose someone else entirely. That does not mean the playful person is less loved. It means the dog has separated excitement from emotional safety. In a dog's mind, one human can mean stimulation, while another means regulation. The fun person wakes the nervous system up. The calm person helps it settle down. Both matter, but they meet different psychological needs. This is why the question, who is the favorite, and is not always simple. A dog may love the person who makes life exciting, but deeply trust the person who makes life feel manageable. And when fear enters the room, trust usually wins. Not because it is louder, but because it reaches a deeper part of the brain. Here is where things get tricky. Not every dog that follows you everywhere is simply showing love. Sometimes it is attachment. Sometimes it is insecurity. Sometimes it is separation anxiety wearing the mask of devotion. A dog glued to your side may adore you, yes, but it may also be afraid of what happens when you disappear. Healthy attachment has a different feeling. The dog wants to be near you but can still rest when you leave the room. It checks on you but does not panic. It enjoys your presence but does not lose itself without you. That kind of bond feels warm, flexible, and secure. The dog is connected to you, not trapped by the need to monitor you. Unhealthy dependency feels more intense. The dog cannot relax unless you are visible. It cries when doors close. It follows not with joy, but with urgency. And this is important because many people mistake anxiety for proof that they are the chosen one. But real trust does not always look desperate. Sometimes the clearest sign your dog trusts you is that it can sleep peacefully without staring at the door. A dog does not always announce its favorite human with dramatic affection. Some signs are quiet. It may sit near you without touching you. It may look back at you during walks, not because it is asking permission, but because it is emotionally checking in. It may bring a toy to you, lean against your leg, sigh beside you, or choose your room when the house is full of people. Another sign is recovery. Watch who the dog approaches after stress. After a loud noise, a strange visitor, a confusing moment, or a tense interaction, where does the dog go? Dogs often reveal their trusted person not during play, but after discomfort. The person they choose when they need to return to balance may be the person who holds the strongest emotional meaning. And then there is the look. Not every stare is love, and not every glance means something deep. But when a dog looks at you with a soft face, relaxed mouth, loose body, and calm eyes, it is not just seeing you. It is settling with you. That kind of attention does not demand anything. It simply says, you are familiar. You are safe. I know what to expect from you. A dog's favorite human is not always permanent. It can change with life circumstances, daily routines, emotional consistency, and the dog's own needs. A puppy may bond most with the person who plays constantly. An older dog may prefer the person who moves slowly and gives quiet companionship. A rescue dog may choose the person who never rushes touch. This can hurt people. Someone may feel rejected when a dog suddenly follows another family member more often. But dogs are not betraying anyone. They are adapting. Their preferences shift when their emotional needs shift. A dog that once needed play may later need calm. A dog that once wanted space may later seek closeness. A dog that once feared men, children, strangers, or sudden movement may slowly change when repeated safe experiences rewrite old expectations. So if your dog seems to choose someone else, it is not always a failure. It may be information. What does the dog need right now? More patience? More routine? More softness? More play? More room to approach on its own terms? The bond is not a trophy you win once. It is something you keep earning in small, ordinary ways. So, did your dog choose you? Maybe. But the deeper truth is this: dogs do not choose randomly. They choose patterns. They choose nervous systems. They choose the person whose presence has repeatedly meant safety, clarity, play, patience, or relief. What looks like instinct is often memory wearing an invisible coat. And maybe that is what makes the bond so powerful. A dog cannot be impressed by your job title, your money, your social image, or the version of yourself you show the world. A dog responds to the version of you that exists in the room. The tone you use when no one is watching, the patience you have when something is inconvenient, the way your body reacts when the dog is afraid, confused, messy, needy, or slow. So the real question is not just, am I my dog's favorite human? The better question is, what kind of emotional place am I for my dog? Because being chosen by a dog is not about ownership. It is about becoming a place where another living being feels safe enough to soften. And if your dog has given you that kind of trust, do not treat it like a compliment. Treat it like a responsibility. If this made you think about your dog differently, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who swears they are the dog's favorite. And tell me in the comments, what is the smallest sign your dog gives when they feel safe with you?